Half-Bloods, welcome back. It's me and William at it again. No more Hunter, as he got demolished in the debate last week. Actually, we haven't posted any of those. Yeah, no one's seen it, but we'll see what happens. William, I don't have any follow-up from that. I still get 10 comments a day probably on old videos on Voldy versus Darth, but that is not what we're here to talk about today. We have an exciting new journey that we're going on. We went through our superlatives, we did some top 10s, we did some big things, and then now we're going down a path of, we're not doing a reread, not trying to do that. There's lots of people who are already doing that, but we are going to go a little more systematically through the first book, starting with that, and tee up kind of really more what we hope to get out of the HBO show, maybe make fun of the movies a little bit, and then talk about some of the things in the book that, we hope can come to screen, and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be really fun. And that's probably the new journey that we're going to be on. Before that, William, we have a plethora of just random stuff that I'm going to throw at you. The first one is, what do you think is a better logo or like symbol? The Deathly Hallows or Victor Wembanyama's new logo symbol thing?
Let me pull up the Wemby logo again.
I heard them describe it on Pardon My Take, and I don't even know what they're talking about. I looked it up once, and I was like, it's a V and a W, and that's all I got.
Yeah, and it's also the alien. It's also
I struggle to see the alien.
The chin of the alien, and then the two scoop outs. If you just draw over the head, it becomes the alien head. It's just the alien head without the top line. So draw a line from the left point, right? And draw it over the top and connecting the other point, and boom, it's an alien head.
It's more like an alien, full body. I feel like that's the shoulders. The W is like a shoulder.
I know, but take the one W and then just go over it and then connect it to the other side of the W. And it's an alien head also.
That's what they said on Pardon My Take. I need you to draw it for me, okay? I'm sorry. I'm too dumb. But good for Victor.
Bad. Right. I like it. I mean, the honest truth is, I don't know, I like it, but also, he could just put out, a poop emoji and be like, he's a genius and I love it. But the truth is, I don't know. Jordan has the best logo and everyone else's logo is trash compared to his.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? Name another logo that's oh, that's a sick logo. We went shoe shopping this weekend for my kids, and Aunt Edwards had shoes there. I was I didn't even know. And he had a logo. I didn't know idea what his logo was. I was
no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't it didn't stand out at all.
It's true. What could live up to Jumpman? Nothing.
So as far as basketball logos, was the AI logo that good?
I don't know what the AI logo is.
His shoe. I remember his shoe, the one that was the low top one that everyone wanted when we were in 5th grade.
I had AI shoes. They had a stitch wrong with it, so I got it for $30 because my parents were never going to buy me real basketball shoes. But there's a small stitch wrong, and I got it for $30, and I had my own pair of AIs. It was very exciting. But I don't remember what his
have a logo
thing was. No idea. Today,
probably something about no means no. I don't know. But but to answer the question, that logo, I guess they're different things, right? So basketball one, I think the Wemby logo is good. I think it's the VW, and it also is an alien head in a roundabout way. But that one's the Deathly Hallows logo is better.
Shout out Blake. I don't know where you work now. You work at some other company that I can't remember the name of, but you used to work at what used to be called Blender Bottle. And today, as I was filling it up in the fridge at work, somebody was like, what does that symbol mean? I see it all over the place. And I looked at him a little disappointed and then said, it's from Harry Potter, dude. And he was like, oh, that's cool.
Does he work for you? Can you fire him?
Unfortunately not. His title is data scientist. I was like, shouldn't you be a little bit nerdy? Shouldn't you have read this? But I guess not.
He's up on anime. Also, I'm pretty sure we could feed his job into AI. Yeah.
Good call. Probably mine too.
Yeah.
Anyways, felt the need to ask.
What do you think? I mean, I think the Deathly Hallows logo is a good one. It stood the test of time. Like not like it's like iconic like a swoosh or the Jumpman logo, but like I think it's good for something that like she just made up.
I agree.
Unless it's like a rune that I don't know already, some kind of known thing, but I don't think it is.
If she copied it, that's even better. I feel like she took.
Yeah, that too. Like, because like also like a triangle, a circle, and a line. You can't pretend like. Yeah.
3 basic shapes. What was I going to say? No, I think it's amazing, and I have like I guess like a Harry Potter like Quidditch jersey, but the only real piece of Harry Potter clothing I own is just like a normal gray shirt with a very undiscreet. Is it discreet? I think I meant to say discreet.
Indiscreet.
A very discreet, just small Deathly Hallows symbol, and I think it's perfect. If you recognize it, a fellow seeker of the Hallows. If you don't, you just look right past it, and it's it's not shouting I'm a nerd. It's just I like it.
Yeah. Well, it's a good bumper sticker. We're not a bumper sticker family.
I don't have bumper stickers either, but I want to be. I want to have Jumpman. I want to have Deathly Hallows. I want to have UNC, and I want to have Redskins, and those are my 4. But that's a lot. Those are like window stickers. That's what I've always imagined.
I don't have Redskins anymore. Window stickers, not bumper stickers, but yeah, same thing.
You're right.
But
window stickers, yes. Bumper stickers.
Can't have the R words anymore.
Yes, you can. I had a family friend get pulled over by the police for having Redskins. Like the outside plate in Utah. She got pulled over and was asked to remove it for having Redskins.
She like in Ute territory?
I don't know. She pulled over by a Native American? I don't know.
I was saying that cop also you can't do that. That asked to remove it by a cop. Are you kidding? You'd be like, arrest me then. Like what are you gonna do?
I'm probably making up that story, but I'm gonna follow up with some key family members who might remember that better than me.
That's really funny. Whatever. But no, I mean that it's a good logo. The Deathly Hallows, and so is Wemby's.
We have some other fan interactions. You missed this episode, William. But I did AI with my brother-in-law Trevor, and one of the questions was name all the
clips.
Thanks for watching. I
commented on YouTube on one of them.
I commented right back immediately. I commented right back and said, "Yeah, did you actually watch?" Was my question. Seems like no.
Seems like I did watch that clip. I haven't watched many others though.
But basically, one of the questions was name all the foods that Hagrid offers Harry while he's visiting his hut. And basically, as I was reading them, I was like, I don't know what any of these are. And shout out Jazz, who's from, I think, Surrey, which is like where Harry's from. He went through and answered. He was like, here's what all these things are. Very thoughtful of him. William, do you know what a stoat is in terms of a stoat sandwich?
Stoat, is it like a little weasel thing?
Yes, like, I had no idea.
It's like a little mammal, like a little weasel type thing.
Yes.
And then you imagine like making a sandwich out of that meat. That's disgusting.
I thought for sure, I don't know what I thought. I thought it was like stoat, so I thought of like goat or something. I don't know what I thought it was, but
well, when I was a little kid, I definitely thought they were just all made up, right?
True.
Like rock cakes. Like rock cakes, I still don't know if that's a real thing, right?
Yeah, what is in a rock cake?
Yeah, it was just a funny way of like describing how bad Hagrid is at cooking. But like a stoat sandwich, that probably is really funny to like British people because it'd be like if like a
squirrel
sandwich, right? Which I mean, hey, look, where I'm from, where I grew up in Louisiana, there's definitely squirrel season. So
there's a Scrubs joke where Turk and Carla are trying to make friends with the neighbors and they're feeding them a squirrel stew. So gross. Well, I learned something
Mississippi
new
one time, and they were selling fresh raccoon meat on a hand-painted, drawn sign. There was advertising of fresh raccoon meat.
Can you imagine if we drove that with Connor? If we drove by that with Connor, who Connor leapt out of a moving vehicle to chase an armadillo.
Yeah, at a park in Baton Rouge. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. What else? Better than the fresh raccoon meat. There was like a little roadside stand where you could buy cracklins, which is definitely a lot better than raccoon meat. But
do you want to tell our uneducated listeners what cracklin is.
Cracklins are like chicharrones, like pork rinds, basically. But like they cook them in like a big pot, a cast iron pot, and they just slowly like braise in their own fat and deep fry. And then you dump a bunch of seasoning on them and eat them, and it's delicious.
I'm in. This is a good segue. More animals. Today, my daughter Remy asked me. Well, really, she was describing a drawing that she did, and this is Crookshanks, your favorite animal in Harry Potter. And I was like, "Is Crookshanks my favorite animal in Harry Potter?" And she's like, "What is your favorite animal, Dad?" And I was like, "I have a lot of opinions on Harry Potter. I don't know what my favorite." And again, we're really thinking animals, not creatures. Like, I don't know if creatures count actually, but what's my favorite animal in Harry Potter? I didn't have an answer. William, do you have a favorite animal in Harry Potter?
I guess I would say probably Crookshanks, or I mean, an owl or a cat. I always imagine like if I ever went to Hogwarts, I would definitely bring a cat. One, I like cats.
Such a loser.
I know, but I like cats, and
we
I'm
wouldn't hang
correct
out.
on
That would
that.
actually be a deterrent to our friendship. I don't know.
My cat wouldn't hang out. It'd just be running around killing mice at Hogwarts.
Could I magically be not allergic to cats?
I bet. Yeah.
Hagrid says he's allergic to cats, though.
They make him sneeze. They don't know allergic to him. And Hagrid doesn't do anything with magic. He just like lives in the natural
also
world.
A giant. How could he be allergic to anything? Like he literally just lives with animal fur like everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't believe
cats.
It. I think he made it up.
Well, if you were a wizard, you wouldn't be allergic to cats. How about that? You wouldn't be genetically weak like you are now. So there goes your peanut butter allergy. Yeah, you could eat peanut butter without puking.
Is peanut allergy an American thing? Like, are there people?
Well, peanuts are an American thing. They're from this continent, at least North and South America.
Well, based on my limited experience in Salt Lake City, being with South Americans and Central Americans, no one in South America or Central America is allergic to peanuts. They couldn't tell you if peanuts are in something, if their life depended on it. And sometimes my life did depend on it, and they just had no idea.
Well, you're not that kind of allergic. You're more just like, I'm going to puke a bunch, right?
Okay,
you're not going to swell up and die.
Okay, but it was a fun play on words, okay?
So, yeah, it was. That too is true. I had a mission companion who claimed he was allergic to pork. So, and one time we went to eat dinner and there was a bacon in the salad and he asked me if there was bacon and I knew there was and I said, nope. And I lied to him. And then he pretended he got sick.
The last time I was with you, I also got sick.
Yes, you did. You puked in the bathroom of Elsie's Plate and Pie in Baton Rouge.
And then they told me there's no peanuts in any of it. And I said, well, I guess I'm allergic to something else. So thanks for letting me know.
That was really funny.
I guess it's just me. No, I do not die if I have peanuts, but I can tell you that almost all red mole has peanuts in it. And no Mexicans know that they put peanuts in it, but it's in there.
That's definitely like a scoop of peanut butter or something. Mole is essentially the sauce from New Girl, like what Nick Miller makes in New Girl. Mole has everything in it. Like there's like a million ingredients. Somehow it turns out great. Unless it has peanuts and make you puke. Then in that case, no, it does not.
They don't know. No. Maybe they just can't understand. When I say cacahuates, they just can't understand.
Yeah, not a lot of Mexicans allergic to peanuts.
I'm so soft, so weak.
But
I hate myself.
We didn't grow up in we grew up in the 90s and early 2000s. It wasn't fully like and you probably had peanut butter. Didn't it happen like later in life, or were you always allergic to peanut butter? Like it always made you sick?
The first time I had it, I was a baby and I had to go to the hospital, like throat closed. I'm going to die.
So you're born weak. There you go.
I was born weak. I hate myself, but it's fine.
Yeah. But you can see your abs. So.
Yeah. And I can have 9 double-doubles in 3 days and only have small amounts of sodium poisoning. So I think my body's pretty amazing.
I agree.
All right, William. I do have one like catch up on. We made a top 10 worst Harry Potter chapters.
I like mustard.
We missed one. We missed one that should have been on our list, and none of our other lists. We missed the Lion and the Serpent. We missed Harry getting kicked off the Quidditch team. We miss Fred and George getting kicked off the Quidditch team. There's nothing good happening in that chapter. It's worse than some of the. It's definitely worse than Weighing of the Wands. If you don't want to take any years off, totally fair. I should have had this instead of Weighing of the Wands. Missed by me. It was a horrible chapter.
That's fair.
It's so sad.
Both of us, yeah, for sure. At least nothing good happens, right? Like it's eventful, but like in the bad way.
It's Dolores ascending. Like this is her ascension.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It's her most powerful moment. It's her happiest moment.
And then I need to address
it is because when Dumbledore, they finally run Dumbledore out, like he beats them first. So like they don't get and she can't get into his office, so she can't gloat on that. Yeah. And her life goes quickly downhill once she has control of the school.
Yes, it does. That's where the book really takes off. Not a sad thing, really. It was a miss. I would like to officially remove Weighing of the Wands and put in The Lion and the Serpent. So hand up. Thank you, listeners. But then there was a lot, and I mean a lot, of slander on both Hagrid's Tale and Grop as two just horrible chapters. And I just had no part of it. I said, Hagrid's Tale, that's ridiculous. Like, it's so long and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you don't like Harry Potter if you don't like Hagrid's Tale. Grop is a little like anxiety inducing. But I still don't get it. Like, it's still a great chapter.
Is like a detour, but like whatever. But the Hagrid's Tale thing, I'll put Grop to the side. The Hagrid's Tale thing is absurd.
It's one of my top 25 favorite chapters, maybe 20. I don't know how.
That's insane. That's insane. That's one of the most like re-listenable chapters in the whole series.
It is. And it's great on the full cast edition. That Hagrid voice is so good telling the story. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That's a bad take by whoever gave that take.
Too many people. Too many. I was astounded to see Hagrid's Tale repeating on comments. I don't get it at all. I don't get it. Okay. That was my catch up. Wow. Now, William, let's just have a trivia of the week, and then we can get into it. We're going back to the OG Ken. Shout out Ken, who started this off for us. What did you name that little group chat with us? International Confederation of Wizards?
Yeah.
That didn't take off. We should get back on that. His question, again, which he wrote out, thankfully, in English, as he translated from many questions he wrote his brother in German. What do Hermione's parents believe their names are after their memory charm?
Wendell and Monica Wilkins.
Even with multiple choice, I would have got that wrong. William, this sparked a question. Someone brought this up. I'm sorry I'm not shouting them out properly, but also congrats on getting that right. You're amazing. Did Hermione really need to erase her parents' memories? Like, did she do it to protect them from Death Eaters? Did she do it to protect them just from the memory of her and worrying about her? Because it seems like they do it. I thought when I read it, like it's for the Death Eaters, like so that the Death Eaters can't get any information out of them. But that doesn't make any sense because that just means they're going to get broken because they can get that information. It's in there somewhere. Like, am I thinking about that wrong? And they only did it so that they wouldn't miss her?
I think she did everything she could to make it hard to get them. So like she took them as far away as possible.
Step one. Very good step.
Step one. Step two, if they ever did find them, there is a memory charm. And like probably that's something Voldemort would have to deal with. And that's beneath him anyway. So it's just layers of that, I always imagine. It made perfect sense to me. Like she's like, I'm not going to take any chances. Like what if they say something to someone who knows someone who knows someone and it reaches them, reaches back. Like if they're just not at all, you know, like there would be more the other British expats there that they might know or something like that, and then reaches back to someone and someone. So it was just a clean break. It was like they're isolated as possible. They don't know that they have a daughter, and it made perfect sense to me. I don't think it was like strictly necessary, but it was like, how can I do this as clean as possible and safely as possible? And it was that, giving them a memory charm so that if someone asked them or some crazy scenario happened. But I mean, it made sense. She had to get them off the continent. Like, that definitely made sense.
I agree. The clean slate, like, making sure nothing could get back. I like that. I still think, I don't know what I still think. There's just a little risk there of, delving for memories, and I'd be a little Bertha Jorkins scared there. But then I'd started to convince myself. I was like, yeah, but they don't want her. Like, she's going to be gone for who knows how long. She's at imminent risk of death, and kind of freeing your parents from that is
I think
pretty
that's
big deal.
part of it too, for sure. Like, she was definitely like making sure like they were comfortable. It was first and foremost to protect them, but like at least they're happy in their ignorance, you know?
It's insane that like Hermione goes home for like 2 days in the summer by the end of the books and is just right back to the Burrow because she's got to support
Yeah,
her boy
that's
Harry.
always very convenient for the plot.
It's just like,
if you were her parents,
don't
you'd be
miss you
like,
at all.
no.
Yeah, exactly.
She was
Or
I
in
was
the fifth book,
yeah.
when she leaves skiing, it was like, sorry, mom, I know there's a 2-week trip of skiing, but I'm going to leave.
Yeah, I know we're in
12 days
Stad,
early.
but we're gonna go. We're gonna go. You know, that's insane.
They hate Harry Potter for sure. They hate that boy.
Oh yeah. Or maybe they would hate Ron because they think Ron was the one she's in love with and always had to go hang out.
True.
Hang out at your boyfriend's house all summer. Yeah, totally fine.
You get 10 months a year with him. Insane. Okay, William, that was all the random stuff that I had. So you did a great job. William, now we're going to dive. I don't have Cassie's computer, so I'm on my own computer, which means I won't be able to see your beautiful face because I don't know how to do like have the video on the screen and have my Excel file on the screen, but I'll survive. We are going to dive into really the first 3 chapters of the first book. And we both watched this clip in the movie, these clips in the movie. And again, the real focus here is what do we want to get out of the HBO show? That's why we pretend to have a podcast. And, we're really hoping there's a trailer that drops on 9/1, give us some good content and give us some more of what's out there. And we can, kind of ride this till Christmas. Now, we're going to have to come up with more segments before Christmas, but that's the plan, William. I'm excited. You ready to jump in?
Heck yeah.
Okay. The first chapter is, of course, The Boy Who Lived, one of our 5 chapters, not from Harry's point of view, which is often the one most forgotten when I ask that question from the much needed book only ultimate unofficial Harry Potter trivia game. It's the one the most forgotten. Like, hey, name 5 chapters not from Harry's point of view. And like, oh, the Minister, blah, blah, blah. The Dark Lord Ascending. What's the other one? I'm like, you're forgetting the OG, which is, of course, The Boy Who Lived, which...
Yeah. It sneaks right past you.
Well, it's because it's not really from anyone's point of view. It's like a narrator following Vernon Dursley and then a narrator following McGonagall, I guess. But anyways, it's a great chapter. It's incredible.
But it just sneaks past you because it's like, it's just so unthought of after a certain amount of time.
Right. And full disclosure for those who haven't really listened to us before, we don't like the movies, which has gotten us a 1-star rating on Spotify, which still annoys me that someone just scrolled through our list and said, this could be a good podcast, but they don't like the movies, so hard pass 1 star. So offensive. Anyways, the movies here, again, William, you said you're excited for some movie hate. I got to be honest. I didn't hate watching all these scenes. I'll give some final takes later. But anyways, the movie skips most of the first chapter and kind of sums up the first several pages by having the camera go over the sign Privet Drive and an owl flies by. And the first thing that we actually see is Dumbledore showing up. So they skip all of Vernon's day. We know, however, from footage from the HBO show that is definitely not going to happen with the HBO show. And I think we're going to get just not a day, but we're going to get some time of following Vernon around. We know Vernon at least falls into a wizard outside of leaving work. We saw that deleted footage. So we know we're getting some good Vernon here. And I'm excited for all that. I don't know what again, we know we're going to get some of that, but we know we're going to already move beyond the movie, which did literally nothing. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was rewatching it. I was thinking about how like it's such a better, it's like the perfect intro into this new world, right? Like it's hard to not everyone, but like most people who will watch the show or watch the movie already, a lot of people know like what it's about because they've read the books, they're familiar, especially with the show coming out. Now, back in 2001, a lot of people had never read the book, right? I'm sure who saw the movie,
True.
right?
True.
But like creating this world because Uncle Vernon's obviously not an important character in that narratively, like he's not a part of the narrative a lot, but establishing the world where Harry is uh neglected, abused, unloved child and like what his life is like.
Right.
Following Vernon around with him being a jerk to people and like showing how like bigoted or like just kind of grumpy and mean he is, like that's well worth time to establish like the mundane like daily life of this man who hates all things out of the ordinary. And
well
all we get is River Drive, and then boom, Dumbledore's there and doing the putter outer, and there's McGonagall, and you're off.
Which it's magical. Again, I'll give some takes kind of at the end. Movies are limited, and I understand that. Doesn't mean I have to like the movie just because I know that movies are limited. I can understand that and dislike the movie. We also know from the HBO show that like there's footage. There were behind the scenes. It's not leaked footage, but footage of like people standing on like rooftops and standing on cliffs and kind of putting their wands up in the air. So we also know we'll get the point of view of other witches and wizards, which are very much off book or off screen. Maybe we hear about it on the news. We hear McGonagall and Dumbledore talking about it in passing. I'm curious, like how long do you think it will be into the first episode?
Vernon, like with the bun, right?
Yes, he's got his bun.
There's like a picture of him with his. But yeah, how long is the first episode?
How long into the first episode do you think it will be that Harry actually shows up? Because he shows up in the first 2 minutes of the movie. I feel like it could be a long time until Harry shows up. I don't know what they're going to do, but I feel like it could be a long time. Oh, and are they going to show us like any of Lily and James? Like, are they going to show us any Voldemort? Like, I don't know what they're going to show us, but I feel like it could be a while.
I personally hope they hold back the Voldemort thing like that because there's times in the books where that's really important. They should hold that back. But yeah, I mean, there's all that other stuff for sure. Like that, I think they can follow Vernon around. I mean, I don't think that scene of like him like going to work and eating and getting breakfast and bumping into wizards and people acting weird. Like, I don't think that should take longer than 10 minutes, right? I don't know. I mean, like it feels like 10 minutes of following Vernon around because by the end of it's transitioning to like you're learning about Harry because like obviously there's not a narrator to tell you. Well, they could do a narrator, I guess. They could. But like
right.
There's not a narrator to tell you like about this little boy or whatever, all that other stuff. So
that's fair. 10 minutes feels right. But I'm just curious if they make us follow some other wizard around and like how the wizards found out about it. I don't know. It seems doubtful, but there's just so many opportunities. Yeah. I'm excited.
I mean, it sounds like they might because like if we've seen things with Vernon and then we see like people shooting off fireworks, like they'll probably show us quite a bit. Like in your notes, like you said, the first 20 minutes, like I feel like I think most of the first episode will probably be like basically setting the table, right? Like at least,
It'd be awesome. I'm so excited. I just want well done television. There's nothing better than like, I feel like Silo does this so well, where Silo has us follow around a character that we don't care about, who we don't really interact with for the entire rest of the series. And it's so awesome and so fun.
The pilot is like not people who are in the show.
Yeah. And it's so fun and so amazing. Another show, The Last of Us, does that too, where we follow around a person who then one person is in the rest of the show. I mean, Joel is the main character, but the other person we follow around is not in the rest of the show. And it's just so awesome and so good. And you can follow around people who aren't the main characters and make them the main character for short periods of time. It's so fun. So awesome.
Yeah, I think Silo's a good point of that, where like that character and like what's happening, they're not used in the show at all after that, but they set up the premise of like what's happening in the show.
Exactly. Do it. You got this, HBO. I believe in you. From there, William, I made a small list of what the movie did hit. The movie, as you already said, gets the put outer. They do the McGonagall transformation using it as a shadow. It's a pretty good idea because, they suck at CGI and, didn't try that hard. So doing it as a shadow, smart idea. Hagrid flies in his motorbike. And then the conversation is what's really lacking here. Again, they don't have time in a movie. They talk about how Harry will be famous and how the Dursleys suck. But it's kind of funny how we actually don't know anything about Harry Potter or about Voldemort or about like Lily and James or about why Harry Potter is here. They actually give none of that dialogue, which I just thought was interesting. Like I stopped watching where we stopped covering this, and I know I already hate how Hagrid talks about Voldemort to Harry, but for the first 15 minutes of the movie, you still don't know like anything about Harry, like in the movie.
You learn all that later.
Much later.
Yeah.
Like the rush conversation between Dumbledore and McGonagall made me laugh. I do have a very important question for you, William.
Bring it on me.
Do you think that the show will try to make sense of the timeline of Lily and James being murdered on Halloween night and Harry not being delivered until November 1st, the following evening? And there's basically 18 to 27 hours that, to me, don't really make sense. When did Hagrid actually get that baby boy from that house? And
he basically says that night. We scooped him out that night.
So then what? Are we going to follow Hagrid? Does Hagrid like do some errands? Does he go to Diagon Alley? Does it take him 18 hours to fly from Godric's Hollow to Privet Drive? What is Hagrid doing that whole time?
I always imagined he was like not flying the motorcycle by day. So he was like hiding out somewhere, but you're right. It doesn't really make sense. Like Dumbledore would like apparate, although maybe you can't really apparate with a newborn with like a 1-year-old. That's like big time no.
I don't believe that you can. I went over that with Lily trying to escape, and what if she apparates with Harry? I don't think she can.
Yeah, I think that's a big no. I don't think their bodies are developed ready to be squeezed through time and space.
They need strong skulls, not those soft baby skulls. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be hiding somewhere, I guess. I mean, Sirius gives him his bike on the night of the 31st, though, right? So, like, he's got the bike, so he's just roll it into a hideout somewhere in Godric's Hollow.
Maybe he drives it like normal, puts Harry in his pocket and like drives him like normal to like a pub somewhere like and hangs out with the baby.
Okay, I kind of like that. And then once it's nighttime, he takes off and gets there pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the honest truth is there's not really like it doesn't really make sense. Like why that would be.
It doesn't. Because the
thing is what he's going to do.
And to your point, he already says he got him that night, but it's just like the whole Wizarding world knows what happened so fast. Like McGonagall is sitting on Privet Drive in the morning and she already knows everything. She's already like heard about the like celebrations and the partying. Like everybody knows so quickly. Yet it takes Harry 24 hours while Death Eaters are still out there torturing the Longbottoms and doing who knows what. They had ample opportunity to just dress up like to give Hagrid a dragon egg and trade him for a baby, Ample opportunity.
You think Hagrid would be like, oh, you're 2 dragon eggs, not 1. But
he's drunk
so he can start a breeding program.
Exactly. Got to find Noberta a husband. That's funny. Maybe he like fights some Death Eaters. I would support the HBO show making up some stuff there, shaking them off.
Like fights off some people.
My other less important question is, do you think that we'll get mention of Dumbledore's scar of the London Underground in the HBO show?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
You actually think?
I do. I think that's the kind of thing that they're trying to do to prove that like they're big on book fealty. Like I don't know, maybe not that one, but like things like that, they're gonna do. Like he's gonna say nitwit blubber oddment tweak,
I hope so. I feel like what they're more concerned about is showing us things that happened off page that they can kind of have some creative liberty on, like Malfoy at home or
right.
Nicholas
But like
Flamel
they're
and
gonna
Dumbledore
have
talking.
draw attention to his scar, right? And like it takes 2 seconds to be like, it's like, can't you do anything about it? Like, no, I wouldn't if I could. I have a scar, and to show like how weird Dumbledore is,
He is weird. He is so weird, and I love him. That's fair. And then we already talked about this, but surely they're going to show us witchers and wizards raising their glasses to the boy who lived at some point. Do you think that
will be how that ends?
That scene ends, but it won't be the end of the episode, right? Yeah, first half.
The first half of the first episode, right?
I agree. It's the first.
We got to have a contest for like a runtime guess of the first episode. Like over under 45,
because we've established 8 episodes. Like that's a fact, right? We all know it's 8 episodes.
Right.
That's what the first season is. I did map it out, like in the little Excel I sent over, what I think is happening, and I think what we're covering today is the whole first episode, but we'll find out. Yeah, you got to get to Hogwarts. I mean, they can't waste too much time. I know they can't. They got to get to Hogwarts. Anyways,
like, I think by episode 2, it should be like getting on the Hogwarts Express, but we'll cross that bridge.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Okay, so that takes the first 4 minutes of the movie, and then again, I think the movie actually, like, if you only had 4 minutes to like do that scene, I think they did a fine job, honestly. And then we get to Dudley's birthday, which is the chapter of the Vanishing Glass. And this chapter really takes 4 minutes in the movie. And I think they do an okay job here. I'm saying nice things about the movie. They hit key points of Vernon doesn't trust Harry. Dudley is a spoiled brat. They do hit that Harry can talk to snakes and that Harry can do magic. And I mean, I have had periods in time in my life where I just hate on every change that the movie made. But I think it is actually pretty funny in the movie when they put the glass back and Dudley's trapped in there. And it actually is pretty funny.
Yeah, that's funny. That is funny.
And it is supposed to be like a funny moment. I was like, sometimes they make things funny that are supposed to be serious. But I feel like that's an appropriate funny. So kudos to the movie. Good change there.
And then Aunt Petunia's face, like when she's like screaming into it, is like hilarious. She's like, she's terrified.
A great actress. Yes.
Yeah. Marva.
I know. Which is weird when I really started to love her. I didn't really love her before Andor, but after Andor, I was like, I love Aunt Petunia. I didn't know that, but I do.
She's so good as Marva.
She's amazing.
Her whole speech.
The best. Almost as good as her speech in the shack. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Here's the key
I do want to say one thing though. What do you think of if they did like a montage of growing up, right? Of showing Dudley like bullying him and like crying and like doing some kind of, it could be like a minute long, 30 seconds long. I mean,
something I didn't think of.
A montage could be short, right? They could do some kind of montage of like showing him going from 1 to 10, almost 11, right? Like it could be a minute long, and it could just be like a fast forwarding thing. It could be something to music. It could be whatever. I don't know. A montage would be kind of cool.
I like it. They could, instead of flashing to him under the stairs, I
don't think they will.
I feel like they should they should let Aunt Petunia like open the door and find Harry there, and then start the montage there. I like that. I didn't think of that. That's a good point. I would bet yes, they do that. Yeah, that they don't go straight to the Harry sleeping under the stairs. We shall see. I wrote down a couple things that they missed. None of these are crucial. Again, not actual complaints, but they miss the whole saga of Harry not actually being invited to the birthday and just how unloved he really is. We miss kind of the intro to Mrs. Fig.
I think that's crucial, by the way. I think that stuff is crucial. Like or I don't know about crucial, but like it's what makes it way more interesting rather than like they're off to the zoo.
Right. And it's more comical, not like sad about how like mean Vernon is.
Yeah, they're like, that car's new. I don't want him riding it. Like all this stuff. Like they're just so like anything to get rid of him.
What about Marge? She hates the boy. They often talked about Harry as if he wasn't
Yeah,
there.
that's such a hilarious. That's so funny. She hates the boy. Ridiculous. She hates the boy.
Yeah, just like
much. What about your friend Yvonne
on vacation in Mallorca?
on vacation in Mallorca.
That question didn't make it into Ultimate Harry Potter trivia, but I have asked that question before. What are the 4 things they try to do with Harry instead of going on the birthday? And what are the 4 reasons they come up with for why he cannot do any of those things? And find the house in ruins when I get back? Poor Harry. Yeah, it's a good point. Thank you for every time I try to like say something nice about the movie, it's like you or my sister just bring me back and are like, actually, no, stupid, and this is why it sucks. So thank you for that.
Like think about like it'll be better. Like the TV show can take that and like actually like give those things lines and add so much more color and depth to
give us some depth,
the characters and what's actually happening there,
exactly.
rather than just like wake up, Potter. Tom, Tom, Tom. You know.
Good call. Again, it all plays for laughs, but it's not like
I want to see spiders too. Lots of spiders.
True. They do mention spiders so often. We already know that we get Piers Polkiss in the HBO show. We've seen him in behind the scenes at the zoo. So, and again, we see him getting chased by his gang. So surely Piers Polkiss is showing up, which again, miss in the movie. And there's good stuff of Dudley being ridiculous and looking like a monkey, and Harry getting ice cream, and there's just great stuff that again we miss here. And again, we've already seen a lot of this. Is like, to me, most of the trailer, not most of the trailer, but the trailer really hits home on like, we see Harry get chased, in a bathroom, and we see him getting tortured by Aunt Petunia, getting his hair cut, and very harrowing things that we see, and we know we're getting a lot of that. Again, we see a bathroom scene in the trailer. Do you think that they're going to give us some new magic that Harry never describes to us, or do we think this is more like a Shawshank Redemption scene where sometimes the bad guys just get beat up and Harry just gets beat up in the bathroom?
I hope not like Shawshank. There's some stuff in Shawshank.
Okay, maybe not the right movie to reference, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he says a line in Shawshank where he's just like, sometimes the good, like, I don't know. He says some line where it's like, sometimes bad things happen.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell obviously from the trailer, but like I always feel like that is, I don't see it as like one of the magic things that we know about, the spontaneous magic that we know about. I think it's just him being bullied and adding that. Like he's just going to be at school and show you, look, this kid doesn't have friends because Dudley makes sure he doesn't have friends. Like there's probably some little kid or girl that's like trying to talk to him, like, hi, how are you? And Dudley's like, being mean to him and like takes him to the bathroom and tries to like do something. Maybe that's where Harry will be like, no, thanks. The toilet's never had anything as sick as you down right. It'll probably throw up or whatever,
I like to think Harry makes all of the toilets.
Like, I'm going to beat you up in front of my friends.
I like to think Harry spontaneously makes all of the toilets explode over all of them as part of his powers. That's what I'm hoping.
I like that.
I don't know if it will, though.
They would deserve it. It'd be pretty funny.
That is a level 3 question from the game Much Needed Ultimate Harry Potter Trivia. Name 5 occurrences where Harry unwittingly uses magic before he knows he's a wizard. Again, blowing up toilets. Not one of them. Could be cool, though. Do you think that in that scene, Aunt Petunia, again, this is like the best part of the trailer when Aunt Petunia is just like, there's nothing special about you, and cutting his hair. Do we think we get an image of Harry with absolutely no hair and we get to watch him regrow it overnight?
I think, well, I was hoping in the trailer, like I wished his hair was more ridiculous. Like it was way even longer, like, like just truly ridiculous. Like it looked awful, but like it would be even more awful, that'd be great. But yeah, I mean, I think it'll show him like waking up because like there has to be a payoff. You can't just be like fast forward like a month later and then because like that's a story that happens just like as like this happened one time. He might have been 8, might have been 9, might have been whatever. I don't think it's really like very clear, right? It's just a thing that happened, right? So this is clearly something that's happening like more close to like probably what we're seeing happen in the TV show. So I bet we'll have to get the payoff on that. which is great. Like that's the kind of stuff that like when I watched it for the first time, being like, none of this. We're just boom. We're into the zoo, and then the letters here, and and we're off.
Right. So fast. Yeah, again, we're at 8 minutes in the movie after the zoo scene. Do you think that the show will have us like run into random witches and wizards throughout the world? I feel like certainly yes. It would be weird, I feel like, if they didn't.
Yeah, certainly. I think so. I think like it could be at the zoo instead of at a shop once, like they mentioned, right? But it could be anywhere. But yes, they're definitely going to have witches and wizards.
Somebody's got to bow to Harry.
They'll be dressed in a cloak, some kind of weird outfit, and they'll definitely do that.
Someone needs to bow to Harry. Agreed. I love it. From there, anything else on that? We can move to chapter 3, the letters from no one.
Mm-hmm.
So, William, I have a question. I don't want you to answer this question, but this is a level 7 question from Ultimate Harry Potter Trivia. And this is the exact words I wrote on the card. Hagrid attempts to deliver Harry his Hogwarts acceptance letter 8 times with at least 172 different letters, though likely many more. Name how he tries to deliver the letters and how many letters he sends in each attempt. When I put this question online, the immediate feedback was, you think Hagrid was doing that? Surely McGonagall was writing that or somebody else, and that was not a thought that had occurred to me until I put this out on the internet. I pictured Hagrid this whole time. I don't know why. Again, Hagrid was the final deliverer, and I just wasn't really sure. But like, who do you think is sending these letters?
I mean, it could be Hagrid. There's no reason it can't be Hagrid.
For sure.
Like, I mean, I'm sure they have like some like automated system where like they give it to an owl who drops it off into a mailbox somewhere,
At first, yes. But then, so in the movie, it's just an owl every time, and an owl's like throwing it in the chimney or throwing it in the slot or whatever. It's always an owl. But in the book, it's in egg cartons and milk jugs. Like, is a witch or wizard there doing that? Like, is somebody close by doing that?
Oh, I mean, that's part of the mystery, the fun of it, right? The magic of it. It's like, yeah. I mean, I doubt like Hagrid specifically, I guess, did that. So I guess technically your question, like you admitted, could be phrased better, right? But I mean, I wouldn't expect McGonagall to be responsible for that either,
It's a lot of work.
But later on, you learn that like when someone doesn't know that they're a witch or wizard, like a member of staff would go talk to them, right? But they don't know that Harry doesn't know.
True.
So they're not like they're not spying on Harry like with ring cameras or something, like they're not watching everything.
But they do know that he's not getting his letter, as Hagrid says, which is why they keep sending more. We've talked about this with like
magical read receipts, just like email. How does email read receipts work?
But
magic can do it too.
And they just receive it like as a thought. Like,
it could be some kind of magical thing. Like it could be like a poster on Dumbledore's wall that has like a check mark that appears, like if someone's been notified and they actually read the letter. And also it says we're waiting your owl. You're supposed to respond.
That's a good point. Just the owl alone would suffice.
Like, so even if someone gets it and nobody ever responds, like they're going to have to go send someone there and be like, hey, what's up? Do you know you're a wizard? Do you want to come?
That's a good point. That's all you need is like, well, he never responded. So they would have kept sending owls.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I think they could have magical read receipts too. Because like if he had gotten it and read it, I don't think they would have sent him an owl the next day. Been like, did you get it? They know. But they would give him a day or two to like send an owl back, right? Before they're like, hey, by the way.
True.
What's up?
True. I don't know. Wizards are dumb. Then, so in the movie, again, we get a couple letters. Vernon's burning them all. And then we get the chimney scene where literally thousands of letters come down this chimney. And it also sparked many many memes and many jokes of Harry's the youngest seeker in 100 years and he couldn't catch a stupid letter when there's literally thousands of them just sitting on the ground. Just pick one up, you idiot boy.
All they have to do is show him catching one and then have Vernon rip it out of his hand.
Which is more or less what happened. Like, I feel like the meme has gone a little too far. It takes him... It only takes him a couple seconds. But the book describes 30 to 40 letters, and then Harry leaves the room. And so I don't know if they'll go so hard in the HBO show, but it is pretty comical. It is pretty comical, and it does give us the book line, "Daddy's gone mad, hasn't he?" Even though it's not quite right. And I did want to shout out, they did get the Smeltings uniform correct. So it was fun to see Dudley in a Smeltings uniform, which, again, I'm giving the movie credit where it belongs. And then the last nice movie thing I'll say is, again, you don't have a narrator. I understand that. I thought Harry just drawing himself happy birthday in the dirt was an effective way to be in Harry's head and be like, it's my birthday, checking on Dudley's watch. I thought they did a good job there. That was pretty good. So that's the last nice thing I'll say about the movie.
That is a good way of doing that. Yeah.
And at this point, we are 13 minutes into the movie, 3 chapters in. I think, is this the whole first episode? I think this is the whole first episode. And it ends with like the knocking on the door. Do you think Hagrid shows up in the first episode?
Only like an outline or something. Like, I don't think he has like lines in the first episode. Oh, well, he does in the first episode, right? It would be when they drop him off, but not the
True. You're right. You know what I meant, thankfully. So he will be in the first episode, but I don't think he'll be.
No, but like if you think about it, typically prestige TV shows are like 45 minutes or so, right? Like 45 minutes, or especially opening episodes are usually a bit longer. So you would expect this to be something like 45 to 55 minutes, right? Somewhere a little under an hour, 3/4 of an hour to an hour. And like compared to 13 minutes, compared to like 45, that's 3x the time, a little more than 3, like easily.
Right. This is, exactly. We're getting 3x the time just right off the bat. So exciting to me. There's a couple things,
because I do think there's a lot to show there, and it's not like it's not the movie's fault that like there is not time for that.
Correct.
Like again, of all our complaints with the movies, like this isn't the part where we really have that many problems compared to other parts of it, right? It's fine. Whatever.
Right. Again, if you had only 13 minutes to do the first 3 chapters of the book, I think they did an excellent job, honestly. Like, they did an excellent job setting the stage of where we are and these characters. If you only had 13 minutes, I think they did a good job. Again, luckily the show has way more time.
I still think they should have done more minutes, but for what they had or what they chose
13
to do.
Minutes was
it's still their choice to make it 13 minutes, right?
Correct.
But
correct.
And they made some funny choices, like trapping Dudley in the glass is good.
It is good. It is good. There's a couple things that I hope they do, William. One of them is from yet another trivia question. Again, I'm not actually asking you to answer them. Name 6 things that Dudley did to try to convince his parents to give him back his second bedroom from Harry. So, do you think that we'll get Dudley just like
stick on purpose?
I just want him to be sitting at the table and just be like, I want my room back. And they say no. And then he just throws up all over the table. That is what I want.
like Pitch Perfect.
Yes.
Just something shocking, Yes.
I really hope that happened. I don't want them to show us throwing a turtle through the greenhouse roof. I don't want any animals to get hurt. But
that'd be pretty funny, though. Are you kidding me? It's really funny.
Yes, it would. He also kicks his mother. And I do want some smelting stick smacking. He hits everybody with that smelting stick, and I hope that he is just whacking people all over the place in the show.
Here's what I really want. I really, really want them to do the get the mail, Dudley. Make Harry get it. Get the mail, Harry. Make Dudley get it. Hit him with your smelting stick, Dudley.
And then Harry dodging it. Yes. I want that. That also stood out to me. I've talked about this on multiple episodes. Actually, this isn't the one. Here it is. Level 4. When trying to escape the letters from no one, name 4 places Vernon got out of the car, looked around, shook his head, got back in the car, and off they went again. I think it'd be a great 20-second montage to just have Vernon go to the middle of a forest and it just zooms out and he's looking around, and then go to the middle of a plowed field, zoom out, halfway across the suspension bridge and the top of a multi-level parking garage. It's just a perfect 30-second montage to show how insane
them like
Dudley
driving around
Vernon
England,
is.
Yeah, like it's going to be hilarious. Like, and they'll just be like them showing them bored in the back and getting back in and just being like, and then saying something about like, what is wrong with Dad? Like something insane.
He's gone
just
mad,
be funny,
hasn't he? It's so funny. I want half of his mustache to be missing. Like, I want true insanity from Vernon Dursley.
Yeah.
So,
like a twitchy eye, everything.
Which again, I think the Vernon they have is well cast. He's got the look. He's pretty funny, and I know the HBO one is
great stash.
Great stash. The HBO show is not the giant beefy man that we have described, but
but he's also not an old man like the original.
Yes, so. That is what I wrote down in my notes. I was like, I feel like Vernon and Petunia are like well cast in terms of they're good actors. Petunia doesn't really fit the description at all, but yes, they're both 30 years too old for the role, give or take.
That's how they do everything, and not just Harry Potter movies, but like everything. Everyone's always way older than they need to be.
This is true. This is true. But again, I think there's a lot of opportunity really here in the Letters from No One. That's where the rushing becomes even more rushed. And again, to your point, each chapter that'll become that effect will just multiply and multiply. Again, if you only had 13 minutes to do this, I think they did a good job. To your point, they could have done more. But again, this should be 3 to 4x the show. Will take 3 to 4 times.
I think this would be fun for us to do because like we can go through the whole movie and basically be like 13 minutes turns into 45. And then like, what are they going to, we can kind of, fit, like we pretend like each episode's like 45 minutes long, give or take.
Exactly.
45 times 8, like it'll put us at a runtime that we can like kind of fill it.
I hope they do
But like, if you think about this, think about how much better this is with like 45 minutes to tell this story instead of 13.
Yes.
It's going to be way more fun.
It can't not be better. I can't wait for all the haters. I feel like even if we're going to be doing this podcast, because I'll still have games to sell and I'll need to be doing it, but like, I'm just going to go on and just clap back at everyone who's like, the movie's better, and I'm just never going to stop.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm never going to stop.
And I said, the haters are going to hate. And really because like people just want to hate. It's the same reason people make memes of like, oh, he's not catching one. Like about anything. It doesn't need to be about Harry Potter, about Star Wars. It could be about anything, but people love to make memes of like plot holes, like we've discussed ad nauseum, just to make themselves feel superior. Right. So like a bunch of people online will be like, this is terrible, blah, blah, blah. And they'll just hate on it because they hate on it. And then there's a whole political factor that we don't really care about, that like people are just going to hate on it, that because they don't like J.K. Rowling anymore. Right. And they're not actually critiquing the movie or the show in any real way. They're just piling on because it's part of the greater culture wars, right? Or whatever they perceive to be, something to take part of. So, I am super excited, and take that 13 minutes and multiply it by 3. And we're going to have a lot of good stuff. 4. Yeah. We're going to have a lot of good stuff.
I also hope they do some Stranger Things stuff where like the last 2 episodes are just like an hour and a half each. And, I'm here for that. Very here for that.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, there's
Stranger Things was nuts. Those were just straight up movie. It was just such.
Yes, it was
massive. It was like stuff. I liked
3 movies in the first 6 episodes, and then back-to-back feature-length movies for the last 2 episodes. It was amazing. William, you're welcome. I withheld many questions that I could have asked that come from the first 3 chapters. So there's no better way to prepare for this HBO show than to buy this game and just go through these amazing questions. So do it. You can buy on Amazon. You can buy on ultimateharrypottertrivia.com. We had 1 sale from each today, William. So basically all of my wildest dreams are coming true.
All right.
1 sale from
It's happening. You move product.
Exactly. William, we are not going to finish with a question from my game, though. We're going to finish with a Fred versus George. I did.
Are we into book 5 now? Is that where we're at now?
We're very close. This is the last of book 4. This is the very last.
It's the last of book 4. Okay.
I did a quick calculation. We've done 30. We've done 30 Fred or Georges thus far, and again, this isn't a true measure of the book. This is just the things that I pulled out of the book, but 18 out of 30 have been Fred. So we're at 60-40 Fred versus George. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good.
Feels more.
William, this is piggybacking right on top of the moment we did last time, which you and Hunter dominated right after they hexed the heck out of Crabbe, Goyle, and Malfoy. This is right after that. And my question is, and again, I'll always read for context unless you just feel super confident, but basically the question is, who does Harry actually give the gold to from his Triwizard winnings? He hands it to one of the twins. I'm ready to read the paragraph if you are.
Yeah, there's got to be 1,000 galleons in there.
Fred, George, wait a moment. The twins turned. Harry pulled open his trunk and drew out his Triwizard winnings. Take it, he said, and he thrust the sack into Blank's hands. What? Take it, Harry repeated firmly. I don't want it. You're mental, said Blank, trying to push it back at Harry. Harry, said Blank weakly. Harry, said Blank weakly, weighing the money bag in his hands. There's got to be 1,000 galleons in here. Yes, you quoted it correctly. Who is it? Fred or George? Sorry, I didn't do a great reading, but I never do.
Gives it to George. That's who he gives it to. He gives it to George.
Congratulations. Finally, a George didn't come to bite you in the butt. Yes, he gives it to George. Congrats to you. Congrats to George. You're at 85%, and you're incredible. All right, William. I suppose next week we'll come back with at least the Keeper of the Keys, maybe Diagon Alley. I don't know how long we stretch this out. Keeper of the Keys is pretty thick, pretty deep stuff. One of my favorite chapters. I believe I selected it in my Mount Rushmore of favorite chapters. So anyways, we'll come back, do a little deep dive there, and maybe we're going to, in 2 days from now, have a plot hole discussion. We'll hang up right now and discuss if we want to do it, and the listeners will just be on the edge of their seats wondering if something's going to come out on Thursday. So pretty exciting.
You're right.
William, sorry for the delayed microphone. You did amazing, and I love you. And Half-Bloods, I love you more. Deuces. That's not true. I don't love them more. I love you. I would stand for you more than the Half-Bloods, so I take that back.
Certainly hope so.